and it's free. The minimum we pay, the university, not me, pay, it's on already. Okay, welcome everybody to this workshop. And this is organized by the Career Counseling Center at UAEU. And we're gonna have some great tips. We're gonna have some ideas about preparing your CV. Let me start with, look at this. You can't judge a book by its cover. Well, this is the CV. It's like the cover of the book. They're not gonna judge you. They're gonna have a glimpse, an idea about you to set your foot in the door, meaning to ask you to come for an interview. So your CV does not give you a job. It gives you the chance to be called to come for an interview, and there you're gonna showcase your abilities and skills. It is very important to have a good marketable CV or resume in American English, because this is your chance to be called to receive that important telephone calls from employers. So let me ask you this question. What is the initial amount of time an employer can take to look at your resume? How long do you think?
Maybe just 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Yeah, I think
2 minutes?
2 minutes.
Couple of minutes.
Okay.
Half a minute.
Half a minute? Okay. I'll give you an example before I start and continue giving you the answer to this. Of course, when I talk, I'll give ideas and examples from the UAE labor market and also from Canada, North America, and Europe. I have worked there, and I have an idea about the labor market there and here in the UAE. Here in the UAE, everything is really similar to what we do in North America or Europe in terms of preparing a CV, okay? Minor changes, we will come and talk about them later. But go back to the point this, if I need 2 engineers, maybe not here, but in Canada or in America, in the US, I received 300 CVs. I need 2 engineers and I received 300 CVs. If, like somebody said, 2 minutes on each, that's 600 minutes. By 60, that's 10 hours. I am losing 10 hours of my work just looking at CVs, all right? 2 minutes. Now I'm losing 10 hours. Well, here, it should be less than 2 minutes then. That's number one. Number two, in the West, I haven't seen it here though. There, they started because of, it's all about money. They started feeding the computers with keywords when you submit your CV or resume, and the computer and, all kinds of software there, they start screening your CV so that I don't lose 10 hours. And then it gives me a short list of maybe 15, 20 CVs, and then we start screening them. Some big companies here like Ernst & Young and all these big names, they have it here, okay, but not very often. But in Canada, the US, in Europe, yes, definitely, okay? And I'll give you another example. You apply for a scholarship. You apply for a research grant. Okay, how many people? A lot of people. Well, I cannot go through every single CV there because I'll lose a lot of time. All right, to answer this is 15 to 20 seconds minimum, okay, to look at your CV. 45 maximum. And then say, good, put it this way, put it this way, put it this way. Yes. This is a comparison between you and your CV or resume. I want you to be neat, well organized, error-free, professional appearance. And we will come to the elements of CV writing one by one. First, why do you think I need a CV?
To represent.
To market yourself.
Yeah, to get a job. Okay, what else? Because a lot of people think resume is to get a job, that's it. No.
To know your experience, the guy who's applying, to know his experience of, yeah.
Why do you have to show your experience? What is the reason?
To increase the chance of getting the job. Or
Again, we're back to square one, which is getting a job. Any other reason to write a resume?
For scholarship.
Very good, for a scholarship. And also
for grants.
grants, and when you submit research, sometimes they need a CV. Well, I'll show you because I don't want to spend more time on this.
Would they be different for a job and for a grant or whatever?
Yeah,
They have different
yes,
criteria.
because you highlight the research more than the skills
Yes.
for getting the job. To present your skill sets, education, background, and experience. I want to let somebody to know about my skills and education and experience. That's number one. Number two, to apply for intern opportunity. Our fourth-year students in a lot of colleges, they have internship. You know, to work at Tuam, at Abu Dhabi Bank, or whatever. They need a CV from them or a resume. Scholarship, when you apply, competition for, and also postgraduate studies. If you want to study for master's and PhD, some colleges ask you to submit a CV. To secure employment, to apply for research. All of these, you have to have a resume or a CV. Now I'll move to talk about the main elements a CV should include. Contact information. This is your name, and I have a problem with names here because if your name is Muhammad, could be spelled M-A-D, double M-E-D, H-E-M-D, and different spellings. That's a problem. So what do I do? Which one do I use?
Maybe
The
what
one
you
in
have
the
in
passport.
passport.
Exactly. Use your legal name as it is on your passport or your records, your documents. Address. Somebody asked me, sir, we don't need addresses anymore. All electronic, all emails. Yes, you're right. But remember, when you get a job, in that form, for the record of the company, they ask you for your address. Address is still an important point or feature of your CV. So write your address. Phone number. I have 3 phone numbers. Which one do I put?
Address means the current address or
Yes.
permanent address?
Well, you can specify current address and permanent address. Yeah, I have that on my CV, current and permanent. Yes. Okay, all right. Okay, so now phone number, I have 3 phone numbers. Which one do I use?
The one is designated for professional. Professional use.
Should I put them 3? Not good. Put the one you make sure you're going to answer when it rings. Okay? All right. Email. Many of you, maybe all of you, have university emails. Should I use it?
No.
Okay? Why? What's wrong with it?
I will graduate after some time.
Yeah, but still you can keep this.
Yes, but I will not use it regularly.
Okay? So university email is not a good choice.
The personal one is better.
It's better.
Daily you can.
Yeah. I want you to choose a professional email. not, something. I'll give you some funny examples of them. Gmail is supposed to be very credible now. Yahoo and Hotmail say they have some difficulties. I'm not really here promoting any of them. But use a professional email, meaning don't say, for example, dallouatajman@yahoo.com or ajmal'ainain, at whatever. No. Susu, whatever. No. We need a professional email. This is part of your personality. Some people, they have websites. Some people have accounts, not personal, professional. LinkedIn is one of them. It's a professional, really, page if you subscribe to it. And some people, they have, Facebook and Twitter and things, but official, professional, not hi, how are you? It's not for socialization, all right? You can put the codes or you can put the logos on the top of your CV. Name, I want you to write or to type your name in font 14, bold, preferably Arial or Times New Roman. This is like most professional. Now, when we get to the address, phone number, email, and the QR code, this could be 10, could be 11, could be 12, doesn't matter. And then you underline it. Okay. So let me move to the next page because we're gonna explain one by one. Okay. Contact information, name, font 14, 16 bold, address, and email. Telephone, mobile, we need one mobile phone number there. Use your legal name, the one that appears on your school records and passport. As I said at the beginning, use a professional email, not university email. Here's the reason you're not using university email, not because you're going to lose it or something, but it gives an impression that you did not even push yourself to have your own email.
Yeah, it shows the...
Thanks to the university, they gave you one. That shows something there. So try to avoid it. Nothing wrong with it, really. Your phone number is important. This is how employers contact you, so make sure you answer the one it rings. Margins of the page could be 1, 1.2. And as I said, Times New Roman or Arial with font 12 would be acceptable. CVs are usually 1 or 2 pages in your case, okay? Could be more because you have a lot of experience, and we will show you this when we get to the experience. Okay, so far, any question about these? Move on? All right. This how it looks like. Okay, that's just a picture. And if you can see on the corner there is a box, it says picture. Okay, well here I have a problem. This is an old style thing, started maybe 30, 40 years ago, and people in general do not use it, do not follow it. But here, labor market, UAE labor market, they like it very much. So it's up to you. I'll leave it for you, your own discretion, to decide whether to put a picture or not. Okay? All right. Move on to the next one. Objective. When I give my workshops and even in my CV clinic here, I try to avoid the word objective and I no longer use it, to be honest with you. But a lot of recent graduates and fourth-year students prefer me to say it or to put it on their CVs. So this is a wording that you could borrow if you want. Seeking a career intern opportunity where my skills, education, and experience can be utilized for further development or mutual growth. One point here, I'd like to avoid the pronoun I. I don't want to personalize my document, all right? So that's why I'm using the passive voice here, saying where my skills, education, and experience can be utilized, can be used for further development. Okay? Management trainee position with a specialty retailer. These are just different wordings to give you an idea about how you write your objective. An objective is item number 1 after the contact information. Now, my point is you can replace this, and this is what I keep really saying in my workshops, with statement. You don't say statement. Highlight main skills, abilities, education, and experience related to the job description. Okay? Just highlight them again. You're going to say them. You're going to detail them later on. But I want the employer in these 45 seconds to have a look at this. So say, okay. So you can say a professional civil engineer with an MSc degree from UAE University and 5-year hands-on experience. And you continue 2 more lines, maybe, or 3 lines. Okay? This could be a possibility for your statement.
Could it be like in a small abstract?
Yeah, I'm talking about 4 lines, 4, 5 lines at most, 4 lines, highlighting things related to the job description. So when you prepare it, have the job description in front of you and try to answer the questions or the requirements. After that, I have skills overview, and I don't know why it's not appearing really. Anyways, this is, I call skills overview. So we have the objective or the statement. Second item is skills overview. Skills overview. And I have divided this into 2 parts. Part 1 is here, interpersonal. Some people call it soft skills. Some people call them transferable skills. Regardless of your major, whether you're an engineer, whether you're a social worker, you're a scientist, you're a teacher, professor, these skills are with you. Okay? They have nothing to do with your major. And these, what I want you to highlight in your CV is communication skills. This is very important now. And if you speak other languages, I want you to add that. So you could say excellent communication and the presentation skills in English, Arabic, and Urdu, for example, or Turkish or whatever, because this is a plus for you. Then you highlight your leadership skills. Some people are not leaders. They can make it, all right? And I know I mentioned it very fast. We should be honest when we write our CV. No lying, because HR, interviewers will catch you. They ask you the same question 3 different ways, all right? And you will be in trouble. And plus, you have to be honest. Problem-solving skills, this is a key skill now, okay? So if you have some issues, difficulties working with your coworker, your boss does not want you to jump every single minute because you do not agree or you cannot work it out with your coworker. So you have to solve it. Critical thinking, yes, I show you a plan. I want you to critically think about it and give me your feedback. Team working, another key issue. A lot of people don't work with people, like some nationalities, some cultures, some religious groups, okay? I don't want to mention these, but you know what I mean by this, simply because of political trends or other matters. Flexibility, yes, we need flexible people. We need people to understand others. Resilience is another thing, you know, and negotiation skills. So when you write your soft skills, I want you to tell me how good you are in these. And this will be done with the interpersonal. I have examples for interpersonal skills or soft skills, whatever you call them. Strong customer service and people skills. Okay? Excellent market researcher and evaluator of competitions. Able to work well in a diverse workforce. Yeah, I don't care, you know, any culture I can cope up with. Detail-oriented, flexible, adaptable, successful working with people from multiple cultures. That's a very key issue. Analytical, when you tell me, I analyze the situation and I give you my opinion. Consultative, goal-oriented, tolerant, you know, patience, with problem-solving skills, excellent presentation and communication skills in Arabic and English. Here I have to stop and show you a bit of difference between the Western way of thinking and our thinking here, because we're talking about UAE labor market. Here is even part of the culture. We teach our kids, we teach our people, be modest, okay? So some people say, how can I say about myself excellent presentation skills? You know, they don't feel comfortable saying this. No, say it, if you are excellent. If you're a good communicator in 3 languages, 2 languages, say it. Say it, okay? But if your English is IELTS 5 or 4.5, of course you can't say excellent communication skills in English. That's how I ask you to be honest.
Doctor, about the education and
We're coming to that.
no, the first one is objective. The second one interpersonal. Right?
Yes,
What about the background of education and?
I'm coming to that.
Okay.
And on purpose I put it there. Yeah,
Can I ask also a question?
sure.
Is there any way we can find out what kind of soft skills we have? Like, I can't judge by myself, well, I'm good at leadership, problem solving, I need it.
Very good. Very good. Really. Excellent question. Excellent question. Because when I deal with undergraduate students, mostly, you know, the main traffic is undergraduate students, 4th-year students. And I say, how come you don't have any of the soft skills? They say, I don't have any. Okay? They say, I don't have any. And I keep saying, you have a lot. But you don't know. Well, career counseling, they have forms, and they can guide you on this. They have exercises, they have activities to show you. And plus, you know yourself. I'm running a company, okay? And I have 2 coworkers who cannot get, you know, together to work together. So I ask Aisha, can you help? And Aisha said, no, sir, thank you. Just please find someone else. She does not have problem-solving skills. While Shamma, for example, on the other side, said, you know what, sir? I'll take that. Voluntarily, without being asked. And she goes there and she tries her best. Maybe she cannot get, or she won't get the best results, but she did try. I am not interested in the best results. I am interested in the initiation of it. That she is ready to do it. It means she has skills. So again, if you think about yourself, you can find out whether, I mean, some people say, I cannot work hard, you know, under pressure to meet deadlines. This is them, not something wrong with them. Because you will find someone who is working on a project, and you say, you know what, Nasser, I'll give you this project which takes only 1 day from you, and I want you to look at it and, you know, Give me some feedback. And you are working already on another project. Now start saying, so I'm doing that project. I get confused because they cannot multitask. Okay? Other people, if you put a pressure on them when they work better. We're different. So in this way, I would like to mention that.
Different skills are important at different fields, or
Yeah?
is anything is more preferable than the other one?
Of course, multitasking is much better. Okay? Of course, if you can work under pressure, under a tight deadline, which is the pressure, okay? To meet deadlines, okay. Yeah, of course I prefer that as an employer.
But some skills you can get it from the experience when you are working for long.
Like you build up.
Excellent. Yes, of course.
I
I'm-
mean, for the fresh graduates, most of these skills they don't have it.
Yeah, but communication skills.
We don't have it.
You refine them later, okay? You refine the skill later to become better and better. You work on it, cultivate it. Yes, this is the experience. But as a skill, it's already there. Your English is beautiful, okay? Some people, their speaking skills are better than their writing skills. And other people are the opposite. That's a skill. You can't help it. And I'll give you something funny about problem-solving skills. I said in one of the CVs, maybe we'll get it later, that excellent problem-solving skills, okay, with solutions, not answers. Do you understand the difference? Problem-solving skills with solutions, not answers. You know what that means? Some people, you go there and you have a problem. They start explaining and telling you and telling you and telling you, and you leave and you have no solution, but you heard a lot of details. Some people, they tap on it. They just touch it. 1, 2, 3, you get this. They give you solution, not explanation. This is the difference. So, we're different. That's why as an employer, when I look at your resume or CV, I'd like to know. I'd like to know what kind of person you are, because this is about your personal skills. Again, these are examples. Self-starter, very active, all these. Critical thinker, planner, foresighted, and ambitious. Yeah, So these are examples you can borrow to prepare your CV if you think you have them. These are more examples, okay? Yeah, problem solver who takes decisions with solutions, not answers. That's what I just told you. Patient and tolerant with teamwork and enabling skills. You are leading a group, okay? Now this group is your teamwork. Some of the leaders, they just thwart, they just disappoint you. Anything you really suggest. Some of them, they are helping you, empowering you. Empower, okay? Enable you. And these are skills for leaders, for team players. You have an idea, I don't cancel it. I criticize it, but I give you some suggestions to improve it. I might make use of it. So, this is it. Okay, I think we'll move to the other one, professional. Now, I use this page for my undergraduate students because many of them, they haven't worked and they have no professional skills. So I suggest to them, I advise them to choose 3-4 courses they are very good at, they love them, they say, oh, I wish I can get a job doing this, okay? And they have A's, A-, B+, for example, and they love it. And make them professional skills. So you say skilled at, yes, you are skilled. You're not saying you have experience, no skilled. Because when you took the course, you paid a lot of attention, you got really interested, okay? And you would love to continue your professional life in that field, in that direction. Wide knowledge in, knowledgeable at, very skilled at, or proficient in, especially when it comes to software, you know, AutoCAD and, you know, all these, MATLAB and SPSS and that kind of thing. Okay. For you, I expect some of you have already started, you know, or have some experience working, right? So you just put your experience there.
What if I don't have any?
Well, then we have to go back there, yes. Okay, strong computer and internet skills, MS Office, programming in HTML, Java, web design. When it comes to computer, and I ask my students, you know, fourth-year students, and I say, how about your computer skills? Oh, very good, or good. That doesn't mean anything for me. When you say I have very good computer skills, I don't understand what that means. Tell me. Word, tell me. Photoshop, tell me. You know, HTML, Java, web design, graphic designer maybe. Tell me specifics, okay? I know you can do PowerPoint and you open a new document and you type it and tweak it and what, yeah, okay. So don't tell me the details, say just MS Office. I understand. PowerPoint, you know, Word document, and, you know, other features of Microsoft.
If the job description, for example, if I am engineer,
Yeah.
I'm applying for engineering
Job,
position,
yeah.
yes, and some of these skills what I have not related to the job description.
Yeah.
The employer will use me to do this also, plus to my job description.
Okay. What's your name?
Muhammad.
Muhammad. There is no spot now where you don't need strong computer skills. No way. Even if you are an engineer with your helmet and you are with the workers outside in the building, you need to come back, make a report. You need to come back to report an accident. Okay? You need it. These are now the ABC of every applicant. Okay?
I know, but for example, some specific skills like what you mentioned before, AutoCAD or.
No, I mean.
If I have this skill, but my job description something else.
Yeah, it's like, do we need to let them know that we have a certain program
Okay.
or experience?
Very good question, and I'll answer you. I am an employer. You both applied for a job as an engineer. You both graduated from UAEU. He is a proficient in AutoCAD. You are not. And I'm not sure we need AutoCAD. Which one do I take better?
Or the AutoCAD.
Why? I don't need it.
Need it at some point.
Exact. Thank you. This is the answer. Okay? This is the answer. All right? It's a feather in your hat to make you distinct. You know, a feather in your hat, that's, I'm just using American English. You know, yeah, so these are, it's history. You know, when the fighters go and they, you know, they do very well and come back, they put a feather in their hat, it means they did very well. I think,
The natives, you mean?
Then, yeah, and I think it's Robin Hoods and, you know, these guys, all right. Anyways, yeah, so these are examples, okay, and basically about somebody who is specializing in IT. Skills user research, this guy has divided the skills into headings. First heading is skills user research, so I know these. Evaluation design, I know these. Effects prototyping, I know these. And of course, we're talking about IT here, somebody who is majoring in IT. You can do that. Highlight it. It makes it easier for the HR to go through your CV. Education. This is an important section.
This is the third part.
Let me now go from the beginning. We have I will show you this in a picture just soon. We have the heading, the contact information with the name. We have the statement. We have a skills overview divided into two parts: interpersonal skills, professional or technical skills, and now I'm moving to education. Okay. A lot of applicants, they highlight UAE University. No, I want you to highlight the degree, your degree. Is it MSc, BSc, chemistry, biology, geology, and then comma, UAE University. And I need the dates. A lot of CVs I have checked, they start with bachelor. No. Start,
The latest?
yes, in a reverse chronological order, okay? List degrees, start with the recent, most recent.
But if the bachelor is recent, okay.
No, in your case, for example, and I know what you want to ask me. Muhammad, for example, has BSc, but he's a master's student, right? I put master's students, and I say second year. In a process, expected graduation. Why? Why do you tell me bachelor while you are no longer bachelor? You have moved into the master's degree. You have not finished. Yeah, I understand. Not completed. But you will be graduating next year. Show me the better, the higher. So don't really deprive yourself of something good to make you distinct from someone else. Okay? Don't deprive yourself. No, I want you to look different by having a better qualification. Okay. So then we have the degree, the college if you want, okay? The degree with the subject, the college, and the university. And we start with the most recent.
And date.
Of course. Now the date, a lot of people writing, for example, if they are doing they have only BSc, they put it, for example, 1995 to no, I don't need that. I don't need how many years. I need when you graduated, okay? So if you finished your BSc 2008, just put 2008. Okay, a tip here. Some students ask me, do I have to mention my GPA? If it is something, I would mention it, okay? If it is 90, if it is 3.8, 3.9, why not? I know HR are not going to look really at that within the 45 seconds, but they look at it later on when they put your CV in the short list. They will go back to this, all right? And it makes you different. If you are, or you were in fact, on the dean's list, these are the honor students, put it there. 3 years, dean's list. 2 years, you're distinct, you're different. Okay, I'm more qualified. So you put it there. If you have very high IELTS score, I'm talking about more than 7 and up, put it. How many people do you see they have 7 out of 9?
What about the percentage in high school?
Okay, I'm coming to that in a minute. So do you see how? I would even add if you have ICDL. Okay, I know it's becoming, IC3 now, and ICDL is like edema now. Okay, but yes, it makes a big difference, because in the skills, you told me you have excellent computer skills, very proficient in Microsoft Office. So you're connecting, you're helping the HR to connect between the two. Why is he having excellent computer skills? Because he has ICDL, IC3, they connect later on. Now, yes. Now, for the high school, in my case, when I really check CVs, if they are above 90, the only message I am passing to the employer, okay, I am an excellent student from high school, not only now.
In the past.
Yes. The only message that I was in high school, excellent student. I am still excellent student. That's it. The only message. Other than that, I would not mention it. Okay? You don't need to mention the school name or the days or whatever. No need. No need. Because HR people, employers, look at the latest degree. Any question about that so far? I enjoy answering questions, really, because you remind me of things.
Scholarships.
Okay.
Is it appropriate to give short forms for the degrees we are taking? Like,
No. You don't attach anything with the CV. Nothing, absolutely. Because I will answer this later on, why we don't attach anything. Yeah.
What about scholarships? Do we need to mention that in the CV? That I was granted a scholarship, for example, for instance, for my research, or any of that?
Definitely. I don't want you to lose any bit of information that makes you distinct from other applicants. So if you enjoy a scholarship
I have one more question.
from Ittihad or from Ministry of Higher Education or from, for example, we have Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed program, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid program. Yeah, well, we have a lot of programs. We have, Sheikh Rais al-Dawla, he has a program too. Yeah, put it between brackets. Okay? I have a scholarship. Well, without I have, but, scholarship from, and you put it. It makes you distinct. Sorry, yeah.
yeah, can we use abbreviations?
Abbreviations
Degree
for,
like Master of Science, like MSc.
yeah, I have to say yes, but I have to warn you. Especially because, HR, that's why I recommend don't say UAEU. Say UAE University. Okay? Yeah, because if you apply for a job in England, in Italy, okay, it would be difficult to understand UAEU. Okay? So I would rather say UAE University. UAE is, it's known, it's a country. And then I put university.
But it's better to be United Arab Emirates. It's better, right? United Arab Emirates University.
Yeah, but it takes, if you repeat it, because you're going to repeat it a lot. So to avoid that, for the first time when you say United Arab Emirates, between brackets or parentheses, put UAE, and that's it.
And then you use
Whenever we encounter it again, I know it is United Arab Emirates. Yeah. Questions? Okay, move on. So this is under education. Some people have certificates. They went and they studied at Vision, New Horizons Institute, International Center, and they have degrees in computer, okay? In marketing, he's majoring in chemistry, but he's done a course in marketing, okay? Yeah, put it. It's an extra thing, So put it there under education.
What about online courses that we take them online from, let's say, a known universities, but I don't get a degree out of it, but I get...
Well, here an issue, because I know many students take online courses, but they don't pay for them, so they are not granted. the degree, but they attended the courses.
We pay them.
Okay, so if you have paid and you have a certificate ready, don't say anything about certificate. I want you to take it with you when you go to the interview. Okay, because I know a lot of people, they take the course, they don't pay for it at the end of the, the course, and they are officially not granted. Maybe they are skilled, they know, but we cannot verify it. And it doesn't look good either,
We do, we shouldn't mention them, or we do?
We do, yes. Yeah, online course, and put, again, just like the way you put your BSc, okay, place, date. Yes.
For the minors, some my major was petroleum geology,
Okay.
and we have minor.
Yeah, I know.
My minor in economic.
Okay.
Should I mention it?
Okay. I'm coming to that. In fact, I'm not done with education. If the minor if it is related to the job description, yes. All right? I would rather mention it. And not only mention it, sometimes we have GPA for the major and the minor. Okay? If it is a higher GPA in the minor, I would mention it. Okay? But if it is not related,
But minor only 6 courses.
it doesn't matter. You are different from me. You have extra thing, put it. I don't have that extra thing. So, this is the point. Okay. So, yes, put the minor, and we're done with education. Any questions? All right? Okay. These are examples of how you write your degrees. Here, if you look at, if you look at, ICDL and IC3 and IELTS, if you've taken them, if you took them long time ago, don't put the date. Because, IELTS is valid for 2 years. Okay? ICDL, I know a lot of students took ICDL when they were in high school. Okay? Still you have skills. Still, when you took ICDL, you are better than somebody who doesn't have ICDL. But I don't want to give an impression this is like 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years old. So just delete the date. We're not lying, but we do not put some negative information. Okay.
GRE scores?
Yeah, GRE, TOEFL, yes, applicable. Although GRE is not very much required by a lot of schools here, but yes.
But for the GRE, if the score is what it's required from where I apply for.
Yeah.
I mean I get the minimum.
Yeah.
Not very low GRE.
Which university accepted it, for example? Because here GRE is different from TOEFL and IELTS. TOEFL and IELTS, we know the standard. Now, UAEU, 5.5, you know that, for bachelor. Okay? For masters and PhD, 6 and 7, we're asking, right? Yeah, and even more. Same thing applies to American universities. A lot of universities, they want, for example, 550 TOEFL. Fine, okay? Now they started asking for 570, whatever, okay? So for the GRE is different from one place to another because some of them, they highlight math more than logic, more than, you know what I mean? So I cannot really say, but if it is acceptable by a good university, I would put it in general, yeah. All right, so this is your CV, objective or statement. Then we have a skills overview, interpersonal, professional, or you switch them, professional, interpersonal. It's up to you, really.
Doctor, for the objective, should I put objective, then statement, and write a statement?
No. If you write a statement, you don't put the word statement. You just write the statement, not the word statement. Objective, I prefer you put objective, because here you're asking for a job, by the way, okay? To obtain a career opportunity working with social issues where my problem-solving skills can be utilized to assist individuals with financial and daily living issues. You know, so you're looking for a job here. Yeah. Statement, you're highlighting your abilities, your capabilities, and skills. Yeah. Work history, experience. And this is very important. I mean, when I come to this with my undergraduate students, you know, they don't have, you know, really experience. So I help them make experience. We don't lie again, but they don't know volunteering is experience. Okay? They don't know sometimes when they are sent to do their graduation project or internship. Okay, some of the internships are hard work. They find the candidate, the student, well qualified. So they give the student the jobs of an engineer or assistant engineer. So actually that student, when he or she went to do their internship, they were actually doing the assistant engineer job. It's experience. Why do you deprive yourself from mentioning such fact? We are going to say this is an internship, this is volunteer work. We're not going to deny that. But some of the companies, when we send our students, not many of cases really, rare cases, they look at the graduate student, I mean the fourth year student, and they, okay, go and work in the reception. Some of the students are happy, you know, they just want to finish 1-2 hours and go home, but some of them do not accept. So that student who's majoring in whatever major, science, technology, whatever, you give him or her a receptionist job is not really a real experience like the one who has done the engineering job. It's still experience, but in a different direction. So here, we wanted to use the term experience. And what is considered as experience is the full-time and part-time jobs, self-employment, volunteer work, and practicum field and cooperative education, and I mean by this, the internship. Information to include, I want you to start with job title. So you are a fourth-year student majoring in chemistry. You went to a pharmaceutical company making drugs, and you work there as a chemist, assistant chemist. I would put it, assistant chemist, and I put the company, place, and the date. But after I put assistant chemist in between brackets, intern, I'm not lying. As an intern student, I did that. Dates of employment, order by most recent, company name, city and the state. So we start with the latest, like the degrees, okay? So the last job was 2000, for example, 2018, 2019. I start with that. Then 17, 16, and 15, and so forth.
Now for the job, if I work for different fields before applying for this job, for example, my background in geology, and I want to apply for geology position.
Yeah.
And before the application, I work in different fields. Should I put this?
Yes, it's experience.
But it's different.
It's experience. You dealt with people. You solved the problems. Okay? You helped. You communicated. You wrote reports. You had meetings. You scheduled something.
Okay, what about the gaps? Sometimes there's gap in the work history.
We'll come to that in a minute. We'll come to that in a minute. Let me just finish with this and I'll come back to this. So if you worked, and this is why I urge my students here, third year, fourth year, go and volunteer in our different programs. Some of them, I push them to do what? They work in book distribution because they can't find the good opportunity for themselves. So they go there and volunteer. They volunteer there distributing books because they dealt with a difficult student, a confused student, a bright student, organized, disorganized. They prepared reports, they put logs, they wrote names, they wrote codes, they kept files or whatever. Experience. Who is better? Somebody who has this experience and he is a chemist or he is IT specialist, or someone who doesn't have this experience and is still IT specialist? Of course, the other one, because he dealt with the real life of the workplace. And this is what I need as an employer. Okay, let me show you more. Okay. Work experience, listing responsibilities. I want you to write, you have worked in 5 companies. I want you to write the 5 companies. But the last one, the most recent one, I want you to add 2 bullets, 2, no more. 2, 3, 2, okay? Detailing your duties, okay? The last job. And when you detail your duties, use powerful words. If you are still in the job, use the present time. If you quit, you left, use past tense. So for example here, use bullet points, start each line with an action verb. Present tense if you are still employed, currently employed. Past tense if no longer employed. Vary your choice of verbs. Don't keep repeating, for example, reported. No. We don't want that. Okay? Change the verb. Okay.
But for all jobs? Or
No.
Only the last one?
The last one. Because the CV only 2 pages.
Okay, but if the last one not related to my, what I'm going to...
Very good question. I would move to the next one before it if it is related to the job and I put 2 bullets. Okay? Yeah. Okay, we're flexible. I want to tell you, I've done it. I have experience in it. So why? Why not? But you go over every single job is very monotonous, boring, and I don't think the HR have time to read everything. Yeah. Tailor skills and experience to the position for which you are applying. Be concise while providing enough detail. Now, Mohammed asked me a question about what if we have a gap? Okay, employers, HR, are very much interested in explaining the gap. Okay? What did you do during that gap? Well, I went to study for master's. Okay, clear. All right? I made career change and I opened my own business. Okay? But if you tell me in that gap you are doing nothing, that's a problem. Okay? That's a problem. All right? So here, explaining the gap is helping me.
Where? At the work experience or somewhere else?
We're talking about the work experience. There is a gap. For example, you worked for Bank Abu Dhabi, and then you stopped 2018, and until end of, let's say, until 2019, there is a gap, okay, 1.5 years. Now, if you can't explain to me why, what happened during this period, it would be difficult. It does not look good on your CV.
Then I should not mention it. I shouldn't imply there was a gap then.
Well, you can't, because you're going to list all the places you worked for.
But if I worked, let's say, but for someone.
Yeah, for someone who didn't work, that wouldn't, we have no problem. But if you worked, well, you could say, I remember one of the applicants said, I spent 1 year taking care of my sick mother, okay? Taking her to hospital, because she was old and she needed help. He's honest. He's honest, saying it. So nothing wrong with it. They will tell you, they might ask you, so what happened to IT? What happened to chemistry? Well, I used to read books, watch movies, visit some friends who are interested in the, this is in the interview, not on the CV though. Yeah. Okay, yes.
Okay, for example, if I have a gap in 1 year, okay, but the 1 year I worked for 6 months,
Uh-huh.
six months unemployed.
What did you do?
Can I maximize the 6 months to be 1 year?
No, you're lying.
But see,
Muhammad.
let me finish. If this 6 months, if I keep working this 6 months until 1 year, it's same work. It's same responsibility. There is no more. But to fill the gap.
Muhammad, if you intend to cheat on me, we can do it without even making it cheating, okay? But I really hope that you attend my workshop on interview techniques.
Next Wednesday.
Yes, okay? And I will show you how the HR 4 people sitting. You are one, 4 brains with experience. They ask you questions, sometimes you get lost. If you would like to be a tree, what kind of a tree would you like to be? What is this?
What is that?
What is this? Is he joking? Get confused. I'll tell you stories, Muhammad. All right, so no, be honest with it. Put it 6 months between brackets. 6 months. 6 months, maybe you were taking training, you traveled, you were investigating, you were exploring other possibilities, yeah.
No, but if I'm staying at home, unemployed.
Yeah, but doing what at home? Sleeping and eating McDonald's and, playing PlayStation? You have to tell me that you are in touch with the field. You are interested in the field. You're majoring. You told me earlier, I am skilled and I love to learn. Love to learn, 6 months, you didn't do anything? They'll catch you.
I have a doubt. Actually, I was a teacher in India.
Sorry?
I was a teacher in India. So 1 year of experience means that 2 months of vacation is included or not?
No, 1 year, because when you worked at this company, 2012 to 2014, 2 years.
But
Vacation doesn't matter, You work there. You're part of the company for 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah. And these details come out in the interview. Don't burden the HR with such details. Don't open windows for yourself either. Yeah. Okay. So I think I have some examples. Yes. These are examples how to write your experience. The first one, resident advisor. This is a student in the housing. They choose one student to be a resident advisor, and he is still a student. Department of Housing, UAEU University, 2018 present until now. Okay? So he put, I put some examples. We meet with the students to discuss and solve problems, issues, assist supervisor with planning and designing, See, that tells me, look at this, meet, assist, present, consult. These are the action verbs. I will show you how HR connect, HR people connect. You said in the skills, you have excellent presentation skills. You've done it here. You present workshops. So you have the skill and you have done it. Okay? You said consultancy skills. I can give advice. Yeah, you consult the students. So this is how HR connects between what you write. Okay. Another example, student assistant, Department of Sociology, Abu Dhabi University, and you can write 2 bullets. Department of Biology, College of Science, UAEU University, assistant programmer, internship again, Microsoft Dubai, and the dates. And the dates, we push them at the end of the page. If you look, I put them here, the end of the page, see? Yeah, it looks neater, when you do that. If you have honors and awards, prizes, put them. Create a new section and put them, with the title and the dates, and you start with the most recent. Yes?
What about volunteer?
I said it, volunteer experience is experience. And if I don't know if you have done it here, we have volunteer students at UAE University here. We pay them 25 dirhams an hour. Okay? These are writing center, reading center, independent learning center, IPSHR, book distribution, All these programs, we pay the volunteers 25 dirhams. Okay? It's not the money, but it's the experience.
What about if I am a member of any center outside?
We'll come to that in a minute. With the clubs,
But
yeah.
without salary, only like working
Yeah, just say volunteer.
events.
Just say volunteer. Club member, what is the name of the club? Okay, volunteer, 19. For example, 2018, present. 2018, 2019. Yeah, put it. That's experience. Now, this section, a lot of students, a lot of job applicants ignore it. Well, you told me in the skills, you love to learn. You update your knowledge. Continuous improvements, you said it somewhere. Well, when was the last time you took a workshop? 5 years ago. I asked some of my students, and I mean it, I'm giving you a real example. A lot of students here, they spend 4 years here without going to one of these workshops. Every day we send emails, body language, organization skills, life coaching skills. These? Many, every day. They don't go. What does that tell me? As an HR, you're not hardworking. You told me I'm hardworking student. You're not. 4 years. You did not really. Anyways, so this is very important. And some of the students have attended 20, 25, 30. We need 7. No more. 7, 6, 7. And I want you to start with title of the workshop, body language, UAE University, and November 2019, 18, okay? Yeah, that's enough. And you start with the most recent, and again, in a reverse chronological order.
The online courses,
I'm sorry?
can we add here the online courses that we took? in
Well,
this
the
section?
course you took online is education with a degree and certificate.
So we keep it within education.
That's education, because it's a course. It's not 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours.
Because they're tedious too.
Okay, yeah. So I am talking about 2 hours, 3 hours workshops.
But if the workshop not related to the job,
Sorry?
if the workshop not related to the job,
Take, for example, emotional intelligence, and your major is geology. Do you think we need that or we don't?
We need it.
We don't need it directly to define the stones, all right? But I needed emotional intelligence to work with another colleague. Teamwork. We just said teamwork player. We need emotional intelligence.
Question, it's got nothing to do with the training or workshop, but let's say I picked up skills during my master degree course. Like I picked up a lot of lab skills, which are very important. I think there's a lot of interest to them. Should I mention them as skills?
Yeah, this is in the technical skills. If you can operate a system, an equipment, AutoCAD, for example, I brought it as an example, SPSS, MATLAB, Minitab, these are skills. They go with the technical skills, professional skills.
But I'm not like expert, but I'm kind of skillful at it.
Well, then we play with the wording, knowledgeable, okay, can operate, okay? Doesn't mean, you are, for example, proficient, you are very skilled. No, we have these degrees, so we play with that. Yeah. Okay, so again, workshops. I recommend taking workshops at UAEU. It's very important. Any questions so far?
What about conferences and if we participated?
That's what I said, and I think it's going to repeat it again here. Add the new sections as needed. Accomplishments, research, awards, conferences, and of course, again, chronological order, the latest, okay? And if you have presented a paper, I would say it. If you have published a paper, I would say it. Put the title of the paper and say published, and it would be beautiful if you put the link.
Okay, so at the accomplishment.
Yes. Okay? Personal information. If you are applying for a job in other countries, North America and Europe, no need for this section. Okay? No need. Okay? All of it. In the UAE, yes, we need it. Okay? We need, well, not me, but employers. Date of birth, nationality, you know why? Because we have Emiratization, we have jobs for nationals, and jobs for all. So I need to know as an employer. For those who are not nationals, expats, sons and daughters of expats, it would be easier if you tell me you are on your father's residency visa or mother's residency visa, because you're saving the company some money and effort and application and stuff. You have visa, okay? So that would help, okay? So I would put it between brackets that, I have a residency visa because, I'm part of family. Marital status, yes, they want it here. All right, it's important. I have seen a lot of CVs, they put this section, the first section. Yeah, no. No. I don't think it is as important as the skills or as important as the education or experience. References, supporting documents available upon request.
This is not right.
This is a line, I put it at the end of the CV, telling the employer, if you want references, if you are asking me about supporting documents to what I claimed in my CV, I have them ready. Now, it escaped my mind to tell you, when we were discussing the workshops training, some students asked me and told me, sir, we don't have certificates for all these training workshops. Doesn't matter. We, even here at UAEU, we don't give certificates for every single workshop. They know that. Okay? Some of them, yeah, we give the participants certificates. But some, here what I want to highlight is, are you honest about it? Did you really attend? Did you learn something? Certificate doesn't matter. Now for this one is part of the things in the interview they might ask for some documents. So when you go with your folder in your hand, they might ask you for this. Now let me start talking about references. A lot of employers here and abroad, they stopped accepting recommendation letters. They think they are nonsense and meaningless. I want to evaluate Muhammad, so I give him the letter in his hand. He can read it and he can take it. What is this?
Old version.
Okay? No more. Okay? Still, few small companies, they ask for.
But maybe
Okay.
the references and when you're applying for master.
But, yeah.
I mean education.
Yeah. What is important here, references. And I mean it out of my experience in North America, in the States and in Canada. Because I worked as a reference. I checked references for people applying for jobs. There, 100% they check with references. Okay? 100%. I haven't seen any case where a new employee joining us, before joining us, giving us references without being checked. No way. Okay? And you know the typical questions. Very tough questions for the references. Very tough. Like, what are the weaknesses of the applicant? What are the strengths? Would you give him, her a job? And if somebody who has a job already and want to jump to another job, why do you think he is leaving your company? Very tough, to be honest with you. So yes, make sure to have references. Now, how do we get references? You have to be smart. Find 2, 3 of your professors, talk to them and ask them for their permission. Okay? Sir, I'd like to add you as my reference. I'll be applying for jobs these days. Come again and remind the teacher. Send him a hello email. We forget. We're not young. We're busy. Okay? So be smart. Take the responsibility. Not, well, I asked him. Okay, yeah, you asked him. He's busy. So, this is very important, especially when you apply for a job and they ask you to come for an interview. Go and, hi, professor, how are you? You know, I'm lucky I got called to attend this interview in 2-3 days. So, you know, pray for me, you know, whatever, you know, just to remind the teacher, okay? Just to remind the teacher.
So how the company will contact the professor?
Oh,
or need
wait. Wait, Muhammad, أنت مستعجل. Okay? So here, the importance of references. We talked about documents in your file folder when you go to the interview. I want you to prepare a separate page, has nothing to do with the CV, called References. Number 1, Dr. Nasser Al-Shamsi. Email, and if you're lucky, we'll give you his phone number. You know, they don't usually give phone numbers. Email is fine. Okay? Number 2, Dr. Shehab Al-Ka'bi. All right? And you put email. You take it with you. As a matter of fact, if you go to an interview and you want to know whether you're doing well in the interview or not, they ask you for references. It means things are good. الأمور طيبة. Okay? Because they ask for references. If they don't, doesn't mean bad, because they might ask you later, but it is good to know they asked you for references. Okay? So a separate sheet, please. Do not submit it with your CV. You need your CV and something else. What is it? With your CV, what do you submit?
Cover letter.
Yes. A lot of students, a lot of people, they think, خلاص, I have a CV, I just submit my CV and that's it. No. You need a cover letter. And a cover letter, I give it in another workshop, shorter than this. But briefly, what you need to write in the cover letter, you get that, well, it's not a letter, it's an email now, okay? You need to put the address of the company. It is good to say, dear Dr., for example, Nasser Al-Ka'bi, better than dear sir. Oh, this guy even knows my name. He's very much interested. He has searched. He put some effort. Okay.
You mean the name of the employer?
Yeah, if you can get the name, it's not easy. And then the first 2 lines, where did you hear this? I think because I'm close to this. Where do you hear this? Website, newspaper, employment agency, you just put it. That's it, reference. Second 2 lines, highlight the most important related skills to the job. Third line, no more than 4 or 5 lines. Last line, ask them, you're ready to come for an interview to shed more light on your skills and abilities and interest in the job. That's it. Very brief, very, yeah. Questions?
The last lines of the cover letter.
Yeah. I would be grateful, okay, to give you more details about my skills and experience in an interview, in a meeting, you know. Okay, I give this to my undergraduate students. This is Microsoft. When you open a new document, they have templates for preparing a CV. I don't agree with all of them. I don't like these pictures and images and, you know, all these things. But they give you an idea. You may like it. You may tweak it, change this, for example. You don't have to have this red part and this circle. You can have this, you can have this, whatever, with the cover letter. Okay? So this is, okay? This is just a template you can use in your CV. All right? This is the template. There is difficulty with formatting if you want to change. So if you're not really good in Microsoft, you might have difficulty changing the format. And resume do's, action verbs, short, concise sentences, keep resume easy, and 2 pages. These are don'ts. Except in the UAE, you have to put personal information. Do not clutter your resume with non-essential information. You know, we love to tell stories. I don't want you to give stories. Take a look, show it to somebody who has good English. It's not aib, you know, to take your CV and show it to someone. 4 eyes better than 2 eyes always. And this is where can you go for professional advice about your resume, Center for Career Planning and Placement, CCPP. Okay? Questions? Thank you very much. I hope it was useful. Okay?
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.